I told you, this thing is bigger than Nino Brown, and I got a list of proof.
Order.
If I'm going down,
Order
I'm taking a whole lot of people with me.
Order in the court.
Nino Brown Boxing, and I'm back in the building. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. All right, guys. So today I want to talk about Demetrius Andrade. I do not call that nigga by his nickname. It's just not going to happen. But Demetrius Andrade, WBO middleweight champion. Very talented fighter, extremely talented Olympian. Has basically his opponent, I think the guy name is Stephen Butler, has apparently taken a different route. He was a WBO mandatory. Apparently he's taking a different route, and he won't be fighting Demetrius Andrade. And at this point, Demetrius Andrade does not have an opponent, to my understanding. Now, it started to get me thinking about this entire Demetrius Andrade saga, and it's kind of fucked up. One, because the first thing I noticed is the lack of fan support for Demetrius Andrade, and a lot of people seem to feel that way because stuff that happened in the past. And what I'm referring to in the past is when Demetrius Andrade went the route and got out of the fight with Jermall Charlo. But my thing is, that was a completely different weight class, and that was the past, and it seems like a lot of people still hold that over Demetrius Andrade's head when he was clearly a young guy that made a dumb decision. Some shit that happened to a bunch of people in boxing. But on top of that, it got me thinking, and it seems like since Demetrius Andrade did this, the narrative is simply he pulled out the Jermall Charlo fight, why should anyone want to fight him? But when it came to the Tyson Fury-Deontay Wilder rematch, and Tyson Fury skated over and ducked over to ESPN, that's not the same energy that's being put out there. It's, oh yeah, people are pissed off at Tyson Fury, but the whole energy of don't give Tyson Fury a fight, that's not what's being spoken on. It seems like, if anything, people are more so speaking on Tyson Fury getting knocked out by Deontay Wilder as soon as possible. But that still gives Tyson Fury the opportunity to step in the ring. That's not, the people saying that Fury shouldn't get these fights because of what he did. So that was one thing that I noticed. But on top of that, Demetrius Andrade, he's on DAZN. Jermall Charlo, he's on PBC. And at this point in time, neither one of these guys can get a fight. Andrade, he's over there with the belts. Like, I watched a recent interview with him, and he seemed like he doesn't have much motivation to fight Charlo. Basically, he said that, the way the promotional banners are set up, he's on DAZN, and he says Charlo's on Showtime. These are Demetrius Andrade's words. And the way that boxing is set up right now, it just doesn't work like that. And to a certain extent, that's true. Obviously, certain concessions are made occasionally. But, he basically said what people say about Terrence Crawford. Charlo's on the other side of the street. He said it without saying it. It's just a different promotional banners. They're not separate. All the belts are over on DAZN. But I understand Demetrius Andrade's logic, but it's kind of stupid for the simple fact, Andrade, you're not getting fights either. So I feel like, however the business needs to be taken care of, at this point, Triple G is definitely not going to fight you. Canelo seems like he doesn't plan to fight you. You saying that you want to move up to 168 and potentially face Billy Joe Saunders. Look, I appreciate and I definitely respect the willingness to go up and wait to face the guy. That's better than nothing, in my opinion. But I feel like Demetrius Andrade needs to focus on bringing attention to him and Jermall Charlo unifying, because all of the other opportunities when it comes to you in middleweight, they're non-existent. Now, Demetrius Andrade said he'll move up to 168 to face Billy Joe. He didn't say he'll move up to 168 to campaign up there and face a lot of different opposition. So that's one thing I have to take into consideration with that. But at the same time, in my couple of videos ago, in my last video, I was saying that I feel like Jermall Charlo should move up to 168 and campaign at both as well. But you got both of these guys at middleweight. And neither one can get a championship level fight. They can't fight another champion because the champions don't want to fight them. They are the most avoided guys in the division, but people don't want to talk about the necessity of these two guys fighting. To me, Andrade and Charlo are basically the to me, not on a popularity standpoint, but just from boxing, it's the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford of the middleweight division. Some people may agree, but remember, it was just before Errol Spence got that fight with Terrence Crawford. I mean, before Errol Spence got that fight with Shawn Porter, he had one belt. Keith Thurman was still the champion. He was on the outs. He couldn't get the fight on the PBC side with Shawn Porter. With Danny Garcia had a belt, when Keith Thurman had a belt, and all the belts was on this side of the street. To me, that is very comparable to what's going on with Demetrius Andrade. And all I can say is at the end of the day, I'm a boxing fan. So the promotional shit doesn't matter to me. I don't care who's on what side of the street. I just want the best fights to fight. I mean, the best fights to happen. And we all know when they want it to happen, they can happen. So with that being said is, I don't care if Jermall Charlo has to go to the zone. I don't care if Demetrius Andrade has to go to the PBC. Whatever special event, whatever special arrangements they make, all I'm saying, it only makes sense for these two guys to be calling out each other unless somebody doesn't want to fight somebody. That's all I can go off of. Both of these guys, openly and willing, they'll say they'll fight anyone. But the thing that I don't see attached with that they'll fight anyone statement is the action of showing the world that they'll fight anyone. And it's just one of those things where it's odd for me because it's a deep level of disappointment, hate, or whatever, dislike for Demetrius Andrade. But the situation is very similar to the whole Tyson Fury thing, and I feel like Tyson Fury didn't necessarily get a level of forgiveness, but I think a lot of people are a lot more open to Tyson Fury still getting the Deontay Wilder fight when they completely canceled out Demetrius Andrade. And I don't think that's right at all. I feel like that's complete bullshit. We all know Demetrius Andrade is an extremely talented fighter. If Jermall Charlo or Demetrius Andrade get each other on their resume at middleweight at this point in time, they automatically, the winner of that fight, automatically has the most impressive victory at middleweight. It's really that damn simple. Canelo's victory over Triple G would not compare to the winner of Jermall Charlo versus Demetrius Andrade and Danny Jacobs as well. I mean, Demetrius Andrade already said before that he's not going to fight Danny Jacobs because they're friends. But at this point in time, that shit don't matter because Danny Jacobs he's moving up to 168. Cool, get him the fuck out the way anyway. But all I want is, damn, man, just get a guy an opportunity, because my whole thing is when it's that popular guy in that situation, when he can't get the fight, everyone's singing a different tune. Demetrius Andrade is not the most popular person, but we know he is a hell of a boxer. And if we're supposed to be boxing fans, we want the best fighting the best. We want the best guys in the ring. Well, that includes Demetrius Andrade as well. So I know Demetrius Andrade did some dumb shit. Every time he get on the mic, he annoys the hell out of me. But what that man does in the ring, I mean, I can't discount that at all. It's Nino Brown Boxing. Shout out to the LDBC, and I'm out.